वन्दे गुरूणां चरणारविन्दे सन्दर्शितस्वात्मसुखावबोधे जनस्य ये जाङ्गुलिकायमाने संसारहालाहल मोहशान्त्यै मदीयहृदयाकाशे चिदानन्दमयो गुरुः उदेतु सततं सम्यक् अज्ञानतिमिरारुणः स्वामिन्नमस्ते नतलोकबन्धो कारुण्यसिन्धो पतितं भवाब्धौ मामुद्धरात्मीयकटाक्षदृष्ट्या ऋज्व्यातिकारुण्य सुधाभिवृष्ट्या स्वामिन्नमस्ते 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 नमो नमस्ते गुरवे महात्मने विमुक्तसंगाय सदुत्तमाय नित्याद्वयानन्दरसस्वरूपिणे भूम्ने सदा पारदयाम्बुधाम्ने भूम्ने सदा पारदयाम्बुधाम्ने। गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा मेरे जीवन का अवलंबन है मेरे जीवन का अवलंबन है बस एक यही मेरा बल है बस एक यही मेरा बल है गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा अज्ञान भरे संशय से भरे विपरीत विचारों से भी भरे अज्ञान भरे संशय से भरे विपरीत विचारों से भी भरे मन के अंधकार को दूर करे वचनामृत से तव महनीय कृपा मेरे जीवन का अवलंबन है बस एक यही मेरा बल है गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा, गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा। पल पल पग पग जीवन पथ पर गुरु साथ मेरे रक्षक बन कर। पल पल पग पग जीवन पथ पर गुरु साथ मेरे रक्षक बन कर। बिसरू न कभी यह प्रेममयी आनंदमयी भवदीय कृपा। बिसरू न कभी यह प्रेममयी आनंदमयी भवदीय कृपा। गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा, गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा। मेरे जीवन का अवलंबन है, मेरे जीवन का अवलंबन है। बस एक यही मेरा बल है, बस एक यही मेरा बल है। गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा, गुरुदेव तव महनीय कृपा, महनीय कृपा, महनीय कृपा। संकीर्त्यमानो भगवानन्तः श्रुतानुभावो व्यसनं हि पुंसाम् प्रविश्य चित्तं विधुनोत्यशेषम् यथा तमोर्को अभ्रमिवाति वातः मृषागिरस्ता ह्यसतीरसत्कथा न कथ्यते यद्भगवानधोक्षजः तदेव सत्यं तदुहैव मङ्गलम् तदेव पुण्यं भगवद्गुणोदयं तदेव रम्यं रुचिरं नवं नवं तदेव शश्वन्मनसो महोत्सवम् तदेव शोकार्णवशोषणं नृणां यदुत्तमश्लोक यशोनुगीयते यदुत्तमश्लोक यशोनुगीयते। नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण 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 हरि नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण 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 हरि नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण 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 हरि नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि नारायण हरि 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 नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण 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 हरि नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण 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 Narayana, 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 Narayana Hari Narayana, Narayana Hari Narayana, Narayana Hari Narayana Hari Narayana Hari Narayana, Narayana Hari Narayana Hari Narayana Hari Narayana, 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 Narayana Hari Narayana Hari, Narayana Hari Narayana. Vishvaprapancharachaneyamasatyarupa नासत्यरूपमनुधावति रामतज्ञः तज्ञोऽसि शान्तकलनोऽसि निरामयोऽसि नित्योदितोऽसि भवसुन्दर शान्तशोकः नित्योदितोऽसि भवसुन्दर शान्तशोकः। ॐ गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव, ॐ गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव, ॐ गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव, ॐ गुरुदेव श्री गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव, श्री गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव, ॐ गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव, ॐ गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव। गुरु हमारे मन मंदिर में, गुरु हमारे प्राण, गुरु हमारे मन मंदिर में, सारे विश्व के वो है धाता नारायण भगवान, सारे विश्व के वो है धाता नारायण भगवान। ओम गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव, ओम गुरुदेव श्री गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव, श्री गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव, ओम गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव, ओम गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव। गुरु हमारे धन दौलत है, गुरु हमारे साथ, गुरु हमारे धन दौलत है, गुरु हमारे साथ। ज्ञान भक्ति के वो है दाता नारायण भगवान, ज्ञान भक्ति के वो है दाता नारायण भगवान। ओम गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव, ओम गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव, ओम गुरुदेव श्री गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव, श्री गुरुदेव ओम गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव, ओम गुरुदेव जय श्री गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव, श्री Jaya Gurudev. Om Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Om Gurudeva Jaya Gurudev. Shri Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Shri Gurudeva. Om Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Om Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Shri Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Shri Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Om Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Om Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Om Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Om Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Shri Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Shri Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Om Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Om Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Om Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Om Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Shri Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Shri Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Om Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Om Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva. Om Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva.
Jai Guru, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. We are gathered here to witness a very sublime ceremony, significance of which Ma will explain to us shortly. Before we commence, as usual, some house rules. Kindly see your handphones are in silent mode or in flight mode. Please kindly do that. Two, now as well as later too, when we offer pranams, because of COVID protocol, we must be very vigilant not to touch physically the padangal of Puja Swamiji, Nutan Swamiji of Ma.
The joy and delight is specially because we are in our own center, the new center, and as we are telling each other, You have been coming and seeing the center, of course, but we are seeing it for the first time. A very, very beautiful center. And not only that, it is very nice and beautiful. There has been a very nice devotional air and ambience here. Any devotional and ambience is created by the presence of the devotees. Now, as it always has been, and it is the tradition of our country that whenever a saint, Guru, Mahatma, they arrive somewhere, the tradition is to receive him after welcoming, make him sit at a place, actually keeping a seat specially designed and decorated for him, then worship him by washing his feet, holy feet, and offering flowers, chandan, kumkum, etc. Also offer such things which a saint or a Mahatma would need for his daily life. That is called Padya and Arghya. Padya is, worshipping the feet, and Arghya is the offering. Now, every year when Swamiji comes, we have a Paada Pooja, and we generally fix the Paada Pooja on a day where every devotee can conveniently come and assemble. As such, what we did yesterday when Swamiji came, as soon as he got down from the car, he was welcomed and made to sit on a seat, and his holy feet were washed and worshipped. That is what should be done. But additionally, always as we have everybody cannot come and worship the feet. Then that will be a torture for the Guru and Mahatma, because he is not an idol. He is a living God. So as a representative, a couple or sometimes two men, sometimes two women are selected and chosen by our Guru himself to do the worship and Paada Puja on behalf of everybody. So today, Swamiji has chosen our very dear Velayudan and Dev to be doing the Paada Puja and worship on everybody's behalf. And we are very happy about it. Please come and take your seat here. They have been very closely associated, both of them, with our center, with Puujya Swamiji and all the devotees. And I think everybody will be very happy that they have been chosen as the two to be doing the Paada Puja today. Come. Velayudan and Dev. Do pranam and then take your seat. What is this Paada Puja? Actually, by worshipping the holy feet, puja is worship. We worship the holy feet, holy lotus feet of our Guru by chanting mantras, and amidst the chanting of mantras, we offer flowers after decoration with chandan, kumkum, etc. These may be small rituals that we are doing. This whole thing has no meaning unless we smear these small rituals with our heartfelt love and devotion. That is the supreme thing that has to be offered, the love and devotion at the feet of our Guru. So, as I was saying, so whatever we may offer, it may be flowers, it may be kumkum, it may be chandan, it may be akshat, it may be many other things at the feet of our Guru. Everything we do by smearing with love and devotion. Actually, the Guru or Mahatma, he doesn't need any worship. When we worship, even when we worship God, when we worship a Mahatma, it is the worshipper who is benefited. By the worship, the heart should be purified, the mind should be sublimated, the intelligence should be refined, and one should step forward to one-pointed devotion by these acts. So, they will be doing the actual puja using actual chandan, kumkum, flowers, etc. But we who have assembled here, all of us, even though we will not be physically doing anything, we will also fill our minds with love and devotion and respect and do the puja, the worship, mentally, with mental flowers and with chanting the mantras. When the mantras will be chanted, we will also repeat the mantras as they do. The Paada Pooja actually consists of, many of you know, by washing the holy feet first, wiping them, and then applying chandan and kumkum on each feet, then giving a tilak at the forehead. And nowadays, after COVID, we are not giving any garland, but offering flowers at the holy feet. And then it will be concluded by doing 108 Pushpa Archana at the feet of Puujya Swamiji amidst the chanting of 108 attributes of Puujya Swamiji. And finally, doing an arati. So these are the step by step we will do. And I will again remind you that we are all doing the puja and our heart and mind should be at the feet of Puujya Swamiji, trying to offer ourselves at the holy feet and praying for what? Praying for purity, sublimity, praying for more and more devotion, praying for all the qualities which Swamiji would like us to imbibe. So we'll start. No, they're coming from this side. Brahmavidya Brahmavidya Sampradaya Kartribhyo Vamsharishibhyo Ishvaro Gururatmeti Om Narayanam Padmabhavam Vasishtam Ishvaro Gururajmati
We were about to start the usual Guru Paada Pooja as we do the hymns which are given in the Nitya Samarpanam. Swamiji reminded me that this is the first time we are in the new center, so why don't you chant the Guru Parampara Stotram, which we generally do on the Guru Purnima day. The Guru Purnima day we start with the chanting of Guru Parampara Stotram. But actually that is not available with our books and I am not able to chant from memory. There will be mistakes. So just one as a representative, only one shloka I will be chanting. It is very important, this Guru Parampara Stotram, because it reminds us that this spiritual knowledge about our real identity, our truth, is not theoretical knowledge. Had it been theoretical knowledge, it could have been had from the Vedas, Upanishads, whatever we study and do. But it always, the real power to come down, we always need a living Guru. So anybody who in this parampara will be remembering that they would have the gratitude to the entire parampara, which starts from the Brahman itself. We don't know, it is prehistoric, not only prehistoric, we don't know from where it has come down. Definitely it has come down from the ultimate truth. So remembering from Narayana to Brahma to his son, Vasishtha is considered to be Brahmaputra. So Vasishtha is our Adi Guru that way. Then Vasishtha's children, his Manasaputras. Then from them to their children like that. Then in between who all are there, we don't know, but it has definitely come down from generation to generation. The living flame being lit by the Guru to the Shishya. And finally, we remember from Shankaracharya's Gurudev, Govindapada, and his Gurudev, Gaudapada. So in these shlokas, right from Gaudapada, Govindapada, Shankaracharya to his 4 disciples, and then finally to our Guru Parampara, whatever we know of, we show our gratitude and all our obeisance to this parampara, because without them we would not have been able to have this knowledge, this living knowledge with us. So it is very important that we acknowledge, we remember, we show our gratitude that how this parampara has come down. Only when we do it, we can ensure that this flame is passed down from generation to generation in the future also. Because if there is a living Guru, then only it can be passed over to the disciple. We should remember that in this unknown, unlimited number of generations, the knowledge has been coming down. If in one time also there had not been one Guru or even one Shishya, then it would not have been available to us. So I will just chant the beginning shloka of that and then we chant our usual. Om Narayanam Padmabhuvam Vasishtham Shaktim cha Tatputra Parasharam cha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Mahantam गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततम् आनतोऽस्मि। जन्मानेकशतैः सदादरयुजा. Oh, sorry, this is 17th page of your book. We are starting the Archana. नमो नमस्ते गुरवे महात्मने विमुक्तसङ्गाय सदुत्तमाय नित्याद्वयानन्दरसस्वरूपिणे भूम्ने सदा पारदयाम्बुधाम्ने नमस्ते नमस्ते विभो विश्वमूर्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते चिदानन्दमूर्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते तपोयोगगम्य नमस्ते नमस्ते श्रुतिज्ञानगम्य. We will start. जन्मानेकशतैः
सदादरयुजा भक्त्या समाराधितो भक्तैर्वैदिकलक्षणेन विधिना सन्तुष्टैष स्वयं साक्षात् श्री गुरुरूपमेत्य कृपया दृग्गोचरः सन् प्रभुः तत्त्वं साधु विबोध्य तारयति तान् संसारदुःखार्णवात् तत्त्वं साधु विबोध्य तारयति तान् संसारदुःखार्णवात् पूर्णानन्दरसानुभूतिसहित स्मेरप्रसन्नाननम् पूर्णेन्दुः प्रभमात्मबोधनिलयम् शान्तं निरीहं परम् नित्यानित्यविचारसारचतुरम् निर्मत्सरं पावनं श्रीभूमानन्दमहं नतोऽस्मि कलितानन्दं परं श्रेयसे श्रीभूमानन्दमहं नतोऽस्मि कलितानन्दं परं श्रेयसे गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Akhandamandalakaram
Vyaptam Yena Janaha Bindunadakalatidaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sthavaram Jangamam Vyaptam Yena Kritsnam Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Aneka Janma Samprapta Karmendhana Vidahine Atmajnanagnidanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Na guroradhikam tattvam na guroradhikam tapaha tattvajnanat param nasti tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mannatha Shri Jagannatho Madguru Shri Jagadguruhu Madatma Sarvabhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Dhyanamoolam Gurormurtihi Poojamulam Gurof Padam Mantramulam Gurorvakyam Mokshamulam Gurof Kripa. Gururadiranaadischa Guruh Paramadaivatam Guruh Parataram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrisham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nityam Shuddham Nirabhasam Nirakaram Niranjanam Nityabodham Chidanandam Gurum Brahma Namamyaham. शरीरं सुरूपं तथा वा कलत्रं यशश्चारुचित्रं धनं मेरुतुल्यं मनश्चेन्नलग्नं
लग्नं गुरोरङ्घ्रिपद्मे ततः किं ततः षडङ्गादिवेदो मुखे
शास्त्रविद्या कवित्वादिगद्यं
सुपद्यं करोति मनश्चेन्नलग्नं गुरोरङ्घ्रिपद्मे ततः किं ततः किं ततः किं ततः किं विदेशेषु मान्य स्वदेशेषु धन्य सदाचारवृत्तेषु मत्तो न चान्य मनश्चेन्नलग्नं गुरोरङ्घ्रिपद्मे ततः किं ततः किं ततः किं ततः किं क्षमामण्डले भूपभूपालवृन्दै सदा सेवितं यस्य पादारविन्दं मनश्चेन्नलग्नं गुरोरङ्घ्रिपद्मे ततः किं ततः किं ततः किं ततः किं यशो मे गतं दिक्षु दानप्रतापात् जगद्वस्तु सर्वं करे यत्प्रसादात् मनश्चेन्नलग्नं गुरोरङ्घ्रिपद्मे ततः किं ततः किं ततः किं ततः किं न भोगे न योगे न भावाजिराजौ न कान्तामुखे नैव वित्तेषु चित्तं मनश्चेन्नलग्नं गुरोरङ्घ्रिपद्मे ततः किं ततः किं ततः किं ततः किम् अरण्येन वा स्वस्य गेहेन कार्ये न देहे मनो वर्तते मे त्वनर्घ्ये मनश्चेन्नलग्नं गुरोरङ्घ्रिपद्मे ततः किं ततः किं ततः किं ततः किम् गुरोरष्टकं यः पठेत् पुण्यदेही यतिर्भूपतिर्ब्रह्मचारी च गेही लभेद्वाञ्छितार्थं पदं ब्रह्मसंयं गुरोरुक्तवाक्ये मनो यस्य लग्नं गुरोरुक्तवाक्ये मनो यस्य लग्नम्
The Paada Pooja is over. Echo. There is echo. Paada Pooja is over. And now, Benedictory and they will be offering flower petals at the holy lotus feet of Puujya Swamiji amidst the chanting of 108 qualities or attributes of Puujya Swamiji, what Puujya Swamiji represents, what it is. They will be taking actual flower petals and each name, Narayanashrama Swamiji or me, we will chant one name after another. Listen to each name will be chanted. They will repeat the name. At that time, all of us will repeat the name. And we'll take mental flowers. Touch it at our heart mentally. And then, while repeating, when the word Namaha comes, that is, I'm doing pranam, at that time, the flower petals will be offered at Puujya Swamiji's holy feet. So mentally, we will contemplate on the holy feet of Puujya Swamiji and offer the flowers.
The page number is 49 of this book with Swamiji's photograph. The other one, this is 49 and that
this
is
one
37.
is 49. The other
Some
one
of
is
the
37.
longer mantras I may split in two. So offer the flower only with the, while repeating with your Namaha, you have to offer the flower. Om Shri Paramahamsa Karakamala Sanjata
Om Shri Paramahamsa Karakamala Sanjata
Asmat Shri Gurubhyo Namaha
Asmat Shri Gurubhyo Namaha
Om Akinchanaya Namaha
Om Akinchanaya Namaha
Om Akhandamandalakaraya Namaha
Om Akhandamandalakaraya Namaha
Om Ajaya Namaha
Om Ajaya Namaha
Om Ajnanaharanaya Namaha
Om Ajnanaharanaya Namaha.
Every time with the repeating, with Aravindan's Namaha, you... Then in your mind also you do the same thing as Ma said. Not with my Namaha, but with your Namaha you offer your mental flower. Om Adhiyajnaya Namaha
Om Adhiyajnaya Namaha
Om Anantaya Namaha
Om Anantaya Namaha
Om Anadinidhanaya Namaha
Om Anadinidhanaya Namaha
Om Amaraya Namaha
Om Amaraya Namaha
Om Amritatmane Namaha
Om Amritatmane Namaha
Om Matyashramine Namaha
Om Matyashramine Namaha
Om Avyayaya Namaha
Om Avyayaya Namaha
Om Anandamurtaye Namaha
Om Anandamurtaye Namaha
Om Atmakridaya Namaha
Om Atmakridaya Namaha
Om Atmasamsthitaya Namaha
Om Atmasamsthitaya Namaha
Om Artajana Paritrana
Om Artajana Paritrana
Parayanaya Namaha
Parayanaya Namaha
Om Ashutoshine Namaha
Om Ashutoshine Namaha
Om Karma Yogine Namaha
Om Karma Yogine Namaha
Om Kutasthaya Namaha
Om Kutasthaya Namaha
Om कैवल्यानुभवप्रदायकाय नमः।
ॐ कैवल्यानुभवप्रदायकाय नमः।
ॐ कार्यकारणरूपाय नमः।
ॐ कार्यकारणरूपाय नमः।
ॐ गुरुमूर्तये नमः।
ॐ गुरुमूर्तये नमः।
ॐ गुरुश्रेष्ठाय नमः।
ॐ गुरुश्रेष्ठाय नमः।
ॐ गुणसिन्धवे नमः।
ॐ गुणसिन्धवे नमः।
ॐ चैतन्यमूर्तये नमः।
ॐ चैतन्यमूर्तये नमः।
ॐ चिद्घनाय नमः।
ॐ चिद्घनाय नमः।
ॐ जरामरणवर्जिताय नमः।
ॐ जरामरणवर्जिताय नमः।
ॐ जितेन्द्रियाय नमः।
ॐ जितेन्द्रियाय नमः।
ॐ जीवन्मुक्ताय नमः।
ॐ जीवन्मुक्ताय नमः।
ॐ ज्ञानगम्याय नमः।
ॐ ज्ञानगम्याय नमः।
ॐ ज्ञानपूर्णाय नमः।
ॐ ज्ञानपूर्णाय नमः।
ॐ ज्ञानप्रभाय नमः।
ॐ ज्ञानप्रभाय नमः।
ॐ ज्ञानभास्कराय नमः।
ॐ ज्ञानभास्कराय नमः।
ॐ त्रिगुणातीताय नमः।
ॐ त्रिगुणातीताय नमः।
ॐ दयासागराय नमः।
ॐ दयासागराय नमः।
ॐ दयामूर्तये नमः।
ॐ दयामूर्तये नमः।
ॐ दक्षिणामूर्तिस्वरूपाय नमः।
ॐ दक्षिणामूर्तिस्वरूपाय नमः।
ॐ द्वन्द्वरहिताय नमः।
ॐ द्वन्द्वरहिताय नमः।
ॐ धर्माधर्मविवर्जिताय नमः।
ॐ धर्माधर्मविवर्जिताय नमः।
ॐ निर्गुणाय नमः।
ॐ निर्गुणाय नमः।
ॐ नित्यबोधाय नमः।
ॐ नित्यबोधाय नमः।
ॐ नित्याय नमः।
ॐ नित्याय नमः।
ॐ निरपेक्षाय नमः।
ॐ निरपेक्षाय नमः।
ॐ निरीहाय नमः।
ॐ निरीहाय नमः।
ॐ निःस्पृहाय नमः।
ॐ निःस्पृहाय नमः।
ॐ निःश्रेयसनिधये नमः।
ॐ निःश्रेयसनिधये नमः।
ॐ नित्यानित्यविवेक
ॐ नित्यानित्यविवेक
प्रबोधकाय नमः।
प्रबोधकाय नमः।
ॐ परब्रह्मणे नमः।
ॐ परब्रह्मणे नमः।
ॐ परतत्त्वप्रबोधकाय नमः।
ॐ परतत्त्वप्रबोधकाय नमः।
ॐ प्रसन्नवदनाय नमः।
ॐ प्रसन्नवदनाय नमः।
ॐ परात्पराय नमः।
ॐ परात्पराय नमः।
ॐ पवित्रतास्वरूपिणे नमः।
ॐ पवित्रतास्वरूपिणे नमः।
ॐ परिपूर्णस्वरूपाय नमः।
ॐ परिपूर्णस्वरूपाय नमः।
ॐ परिव्राजकाय नमः।
ॐ परिव्राजकाय नमः।
ॐ परमात्मने नमः।
ॐ परमात्मने नमः।
ॐ पावनाय नमः।
ॐ पावनाय नमः।
ॐ पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः।
ॐ पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः।
ॐ प्रेमस्वरूपाय नमः।
ॐ प्रेमस्वरूपाय नमः।
ॐ ब्रह्मविद्याप्रचारकाय नमः।
ॐ ब्रह्मविद्याप्रचारकाय नमः।
ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दप्रदायकाय नमः।
ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दप्रदायकाय नमः।
ॐ भगवन्नामपारायण।
ॐ भगवन्नामपारायण
प्रियाय नमः।
प्रियाय नमः।
ॐ भक्ताभीष्टप्रदायकाय नमः।
ॐ भक्ताभीष्टप्रदायकाय नमः।
ॐ भक्तिज्ञानवर्धकाय नमः।
ॐ भक्तिज्ञानवर्धकाय नमः।
ॐ भागवतधर्मप्रचारकाय नमः।
ॐ भागवतधर्मप्रचारकाय नमः।
ॐ भावातीताय नमः।
ॐ भावातीताय नमः।
ॐ मुक्तिप्रदात्रे नमः।
ॐ मुक्तिप्रदात्रे नमः।
ॐ मोक्षमार्गप्रदर्शकाय नमः।
ॐ मोक्षमार्गप्रदर्शकाय नमः।
ॐ यतीश्वराय नमः।
ॐ यतीश्वराय नमः।
ॐ युवजनहितजागरूकाय नमः।
ॐ युवजनहितजागरूकाय नमः।
ॐ योगीन्द्राय नमः।
ॐ योगीन्द्राय नमः।
ॐ लोकनाथाय नमः।
ॐ लोकनाथाय नमः।
ॐ लोकसङ्ग्रहकाङ्क्षिणे नमः।
ॐ लोकसङ्ग्रहकाङ्क्षिणे नमः।
ॐ Vedanta Tattva Prabodhakaya Namaha.
Om Vedanta Tattva Prabodhakaya Namaha.
Om Vidya Swarupine Namaha.
Om Vidya Swarupine Namaha.
Om Viveka Chakshushe Namaha.
Om Viveka Chakshushe Namaha.
Om Viveka Vairagya Nidhaye Namaha.
Om Viveka Vairagya Nidhaye Namaha.
Om Vishwabandhave Namaha.
Om Vishwabandhave Namaha.
Om Shashvataya Namaha.
Om Shashvataya Namaha.
Om Shivatmane Namaha.
Om Shivatmane Namaha.
Om Shivaya Namaha.
Om Shivaya Namaha.
Om Shuddhaya Namaha.
Om Shuddhaya Namaha.
Om Shubhangaya Namaha.
Om Shubhangaya Namaha.
Om Shubhekshanaya Namaha.
Om Shubhekshanaya Namaha.
Om Shri Shankaracharya.
Om Shri Shankaracharya.
Guru Parampara.
Guru Parampara.
Anuvartine Namaha.
Anuvartine Namaha.
Om Sajjanahitaishine Namaha.
Om Sajjanahitaishine Namaha.
Om Satchidananda Swarupine Namaha.
Om Satchidananda Swarupine Namaha.
Om Satchit Sukhatmane Namaha.
Om Satchit Sukhatmane Namaha.
Om Satsanga Poshakaya Namaha.
Om Satsanga Poshakaya Namaha.
Om Satamgataye Namaha.
Om Sadangataye Namaha.
Om Satyananda Swarupaya Namaha.
Om Satyananda Swarupaya Namaha.
Om Sadachara Tatparaya Namaha.
Om Sadachara Tatparaya Namaha.
Om Sadanandaya Namaha.
Om Sadanandaya Namaha.
Om Sadashivaya Namaha.
Om Sadashivaya Namaha.
Om Sadaikarupaya Namaha.
Om Sadaikarupaya Namaha.
Om Sampurnaya Namaha.
Om Sampurnaya Namaha.
Om Samadarshine Namaha.
Om Samadarshine Namaha.
Om Samyamine Namaha.
Om Samyamine Namaha.
Om Sarvabhutatmane Namaha.
Om Sarvabhutatmane Namaha.
Om Sarvasanga Vivarjitaya Namaha.
Om Sarvasanga Vivarjitaya Namaha.
Om Sarvatmane Namaha.
Om Sarvatmane Namaha.
Om Samsararnavasetave Namaha.
Om Samsararnavasetave Namaha.
Om Sakya साकार निराकार वर्जिताय नमः।
ॐ साकार निराकार वर्जिताय नमः।
ॐ साधुजन वत्सलाय नमः।
ॐ साधुजनवत्सलाय नमः।
ॐ स्थितधिये नमः।
ॐ स्थितधिये नमः।
ॐ स्वतन्त्राय नमः।
ॐ स्वतन्त्राय नमः।
ॐ स्वस्वरूप प्रकाशकाय नमः।
ॐ स्वस्वरूप प्रकाशकाय नमः।
ॐ क्षेत्रज्ञाय नमः।
ॐ क्षेत्रज्ञाय नमः।
ॐ नारायणाश्रम तपोवन।
ॐ नारायणाश्रम तपोवन
प्रतिष्ठापक
प्रतिष्ठापक
श्री भूमानंद तीर्थ पादेभ्यो नमः।
श्री भूमानंद तीर्थ पादेभ्यो नमः।
ॐ नारायणाश्रम तपोवन।
ॐ नारायणाश्रम तपोवन
प्रतिष्ठापक
प्रतिष्ठापक
श्री भूमानंद तीर्थ पादेभ्यो नमः।
श्री भूमानंद तीर्थ पादेभ्यो नमः।
The Arati for Puujya Swamiji.
We will chant the last verse before the Arati. This you will find in 28th page of this book. The other book, the page number somebody has to say. This is the end of the second chapter. यस्यान्तर्नादिमध्यं नहि करचरणं नामगोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णं न भवति पुरुषो नो नपुंसं न च स्त्री नाकारं नो विकारं न हि जनिमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं नो तत्त्वं तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। नो तत्त्वं तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं Sadgurum Tam Namah. Seventh page you will find the Arati mantra which we will chant. Only. It takes a little time to come.
We'll perform the arati now. They, they will light the karpuram and will come and show the arati, and we do not wave the arati. Just keep it on the stool, and both of you should stand on both the sides with folded hands in a manner that others can see. Others can see Swami.
न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति यो वेदादौ स्वरः प्रोक्तो वेदान्ते च प्रतिष्ठितः तस्य प्रकृतिलीनस्य यः परः स महेश्वरः यथा नद्यस्यन्दमानाः समुद्रे हस्तं गच्छन्ति नामरूपे विहाय तथा विद्वान् नामरूपाद् विमुक्तः परात् परं पुरुषमुपैति दिव्यं परात् परं पुरुषमुपैति दिव्यम्.
Jai Guru. It got put on.
न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति यो वेदादौ स्वरः प्रोक्तो वेदान्ते च प्रतिष्ठितः तस्य प्रकृतिलीनस्य यः परः स महेश्वरः यथा नद्यस्यन्दमानाः समुद्रे हस्तं गच्छन्ति नामरूपे विहाय तथा विद्वान् नामरूपाद् विमुक्तः परात् परं पुरुषमुपैति दिव्यं परात् परं पुरुषमुपैति दिव्यम्.
From wherever you are, you can take the arati. You can take it.
Ma. Jai Guru, we have just witnessed this very sublime ceremony where we pay homage to our Guru. Now, the next segment, many of us are eagerly awaiting it for it also, which is the Benedictory message from Puja Swamiji. It's a very great occasion for us. We have listened to messages before too, but this time it is the Paada Pooja has just been completed, and we are going to listen to the message from Swamiji in this new center. In that sense, it's something very, very significant for all of us. Puja Swamiji.
Volume should be there. Harihi, Harihi Om Tas. Harihi Om Tas. Jai Guru. Jai Guru. मदीय हृदयाकाशे सदानन्दमयो गुरुः उदेतु सततं सम्यक् स्वात्मानन्द प्रबोधकः हरिः 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 ओम तस्. We shall have 3 times Omkara recitation in chorus. While you are reciting, I want your mind to permeate the whole of the globe with this joint sound, so that its blessings will be showered on all creatures upon the earth. Hari, Hari. Just now, a Guru Paada Pooja has been done. This was done on earlier occasions also. I would like you to understand what is this Guru Paada Pooja. We generally know of Ishvara Puja. People are always worshipping God, God, God. But have you ever thought about it? Are they worshipping God? Or are they worshipping a stone, an idol made of either stone or clay or wood? Maybe in the floor they are putting some decoration, ceremonial, and they are worshipping it there, or keeping a picture. Can any one of these become God? Is a point that every one of you should think at least once in your lifetime. The idol is a pratika of God. It only gives us a kind of a depiction or a connection with God. But what is this, or who is this real God? Can he be an idol? Huh? Can he be a picture? Any kind of a form that you can think of. See, look at my fingers. If 5 fingers have to be there, there should be a gap between them, is it not? So in the gap the finger will not be there. But God is all-pervading. If God is all-pervading, where is any gap anywhere? So this idol is only idolizing God. And when we go to the temple, we don't say, idol, I prostrate before you. We say, God, we prostrate before you. Now in the South Indian practices, we are not allowed to go near the idol. Always we keep at a distance and the priest is doing the puja. So what is actually the worship? Every one of us has love and devotion for God. I think all Hindu families have it. We are all born and brought up with love and devotion to God. The trouble with us is that as we had our love and devotion for God when we were children, even at the age of 67, 80, 70 also, you have the same love and fondness. Nothing more than that. How can it be? Is there not a growth for devotion and also a fulfillment for devotion? Anywhere, any practice that we make, any effort we make, it is meant to produce a certain outcome. And that outcome will be had, we will make sure. So in the sphere of devotion, what is that outcome and do devotees have it? It's a point worth thinking about. When you start thinking in this manner, you will not get an answer from God or from the idol. You know, according to temple installation science, if you are able to find even a movement, there are some people who will say, when I looked at the idol was blinking the eyes. Any such feeling calls for purification of the idol. The idol should remain absolutely still, with no change whatsoever. So, you have to understand some time of your life, what is devotion, what is God, what am I worshipping, is my worship proving effective, and what is the fulfillment? I always say, it is devotion to God. What? Tell me, whose is the devotion? Devotion is of God or yours? So your devotion is seated in your heart. And if you have to grow in your devotion, you have to nurture it in your heart. And in that process, an introspection of this nature becomes necessary. When you start thinking in this manner, no idol will speak to you, no picture will speak to you. From nowhere from the world you will get an answer. Because the entire world is made up of Panchabhutas, solid earth, fluid water, gaseous air, hot and brilliant fire, and then space. Tell me whether any one of these has any kind of a consciousness or sentience. So where from will you get an answer? We are superior to the earth, superior to water, air, fire, and also space. Because they are inert, but we are not, we are sentient. If you start thinking in this manner, the whole world will be mute. And the only person you can give and you can get answers from is the knower of truth, the Sadguru. Nobody else can give you an answer. I was a boy born in a village, and in the village we had the rural traditions, temple worship. I used to spend at least 1.5 or 2 hours in the temple. We used to go to the temple after taking bath in the temple tank, only with a towel on the waist. Then we will go wearing that wet cloth, and I used to spend some time pasting, sandal paste, etc. Evening we will go there with dry clothes, sit in the mandapam and start chanting Vishnu Sahasranama, this, that and all. I also started doing Surya Namaskara. I started doing it from the mandapam. Then in a few days I felt like doing the Namaskara on the bare ground. I have done several Namaskarams to Surya. Hundreds and hundreds. There were days when perhaps I did it 1,000 times. But my mind was restless. What for is restlessness? I did not know. Mind was not peaceful at all. I used to recite many of the beautiful devotional verses. And in all the verses where there was dispassion, they used to appeal to my mind, though I was very young, could not understand what I recited. This restlessness had no answer from anywhere. I went to Calcutta, along with my brothers, seeking a profession. But what happened was, within a very short period, maybe within 2 months, my Gurudev was brought by my elder brother to our flat. He stayed there for 1 month. I was a boy from the village with rural and village traditions. Superstitions also are there. All of them were there. After seeing my Gurudev and the time he spent in our flat for about a month, and the interactions my brother had with him during that period, made me think about spirituality. Not until then. I never knew that there was anything like spirituality. The moment I saw him, when I prostrated before him, my brother said, "Here is a big Siddha, prostrate before him and seek moksha." So I prostrated before him. When I was getting up, he caught hold of me and gave me a kiss on my forehead. I don't remember to have been kissed by either the father or the mother. Maybe they would have done it, but I have no memory of it. I was wondering how a person who is apparently very strange, we have been met earlier, how could he have so much of freedom and intimacy to do this? So there is something quite different from what we already know. I don't think when you see a stranger, you suddenly embrace him. We don't do it. So I was wondering as to what is this? Apparently there is a relationship which is far different from what we know. We know only of 2 relationships, blood and matrimonial. The third is friendship. This is not included in any of these 3, but something entirely different. So what could be behind it? What is that wonderful thing? So I started. Then very few words I would have spoken to him during his stay. At one time I asked him, my mind is very restless. How to have concentration? He said, concentration. It is the last thing in human life. You are too young for it, he said. Wonderful verdict. So I continued with my fondness to my Gurudev. That fondness alone I have even now. I started corresponding with him. He always used to reply every letter I wrote. And before long, I said, the time has come for me to get initiation. I did not know anything like initiation because he initiated my brother. So the idea of initiation and all that I picked up. So I said, I also want to be initiated. So a day first fixed, he said, 3 days I want. So I went there. When I went there and said, I have come for initiation. So he was saying, nobody demands initiation like you. People are coming with, with a lot of humility and humbleness, etc. And you are demanding. What have you brought? I don't know, I have not brought anything. Then he said, whatever you want, please tell me, I will go and get. You go to the market and buy. I said, what? So he said, some sweet, some flower and all that. I don't know whether a garland was included there. So I went there and brought and placed it before him. Baba, I don't know what to do with this. I am placing it here. Then he said, you put the flowers on my feet. Put the garland on my neck. I literally followed. What do you call it? Is it foolishness, ignorance, or what? I don't know. But the manner in which my Baba received it, therein lies the greatness and rarity. He never got irritated or anything like that. I said, whatever you want and tell me, I will buy. So can you imagine, I don't know what was playing in me. Was it innocence? What is idiocy? I don't know. After sitting with him, first day, I said, I will go now. No, you are supposed to stay with me. Baba, I will come tomorrow. I was impatient also. So I went, came next morning, and like that 2-3 days. Then on the third day after sitting with him, when I was going, I told him, Baba, please don't ask me to read books. I will not. But I will do the sadhana that you have given me with all sincerity and intensely. Don't ask me to read books. He said, okay, don't read books. Whatever you want to read will come to your table and you will pick it up and start reading. But do you know, my dear souls, I was absolutely sincere to the initiation. The same day I came and we had a veranda. At night I lay in the veranda and started meditating. I think the meditation lingered for 2 or 3 hours. My meditation was always a blissful meditation, very pleasurable, a lot of exhilaration, horripilation. And one time I told my brother, there is intolerable pressure, intolerable pleasure. I don't want this. See, so much of burning aspiration was there. Then after about 1.5 years or 2 years, one day I found Mundakopanishad on my table. I picked it up. When I went to Calcutta, I had said goodbye to Sanskrit. Because I am going to Calcutta for a professional life. This Sanskrit is of no effect there. So I must be given to English. So the whole Sanskrit was banished from my heart. So when I read Mundakopanishad, it all returned to me. I said, this is the book. Is this what is written here? And it is in Sanskrit, so the understanding required some Sanskrit knowledge and familiarity, which I had. So I started reading the scriptures directly. The scriptural reading intensified my meditation. And my meditational sitting and absorption reinforced my reading. Both of them together started functioning beautifully, that like a bird going up, 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 my mind was soaring higher and higher and higher. If you ask me, Swamiji, what did you do? I did nothing. I only sat and got absorbed as my Gurudev had wanted me to. Regularly, every day, I used to spend about 2.5 hours in meditation, both morning and evening. On holidays, I would spend 4 hours. And my meditation was such that I would close the door and window, not even allow a small hole. This was the meditation I used to do. My meditation was full of vibration, a lot of blissfulness and joyfulness. Then I had generally a lot of liking and also affinity for sannyasa, particularly Shankara, renouncing his widowed mother with no child by the side. How could he go? Why did he go? He was very affectionate to the mother. Nonetheless, he thought he would leave the mother and go. He was so bent upon it that he started asking the mother, will you not give me permission to take up sannyasa? Initially she refused. No mother will refuse if the child fondly asks her. She will find that this boy is asking for sannyasa. If I refuse it, he will not be peaceful. So the mother is interested in the peace of the child. So she said, okay, you go. But still, why did this young lad of Shankara leave Kerala in search of Govindapada living on the banks of Narmada? He was walking all the way through mountainous areas and others. What is that call which empowers or motivates a mind to renounce like this? And that too a young child, widowed mother, with nobody by the side. The one promise he made was, when you want to see me, want me, I will be by your side, he said, and went. So this inspiration I had right from the beginning. I had 3 inspirations in me. One is Sri Rama, another is Sri Krishna. Sri Rama was always sorrowful, so I did not like. I want to be joyous. Krishna was always joyous, delighting others also by playing flute and all that. So I would like to be like Krishna. But both of them were Kshatriyas and kings. I have no similarity with them. So they cannot be my model. Then I found Shankara. And Shankara's birthplace is not far away from our village. We used to sing his Bhaja Govindam and so many things. The Bhaja Govindam's verses when I used to sing, they were so inspiring, invigorating, enlightening. Dinayaminyau sayam pradaha Shishiravasanto punarayataha Kala kridadi gachatyayuhu Tadapina munjati ashavayu. I can go on reciting this verse for the whole day. Dinayaminyau sayam pradaha Shishiravasanto punarayataha Kala kridadi gachatyayuhu Tadapina munchadi ashavayu. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam Mudhamade. It was so soul-inspiring. You know, in this particular sloka, what does it say? Dinayaminyau sayam pradaha. Day after day. So many yamas constitute a day. Then evening, morning, Shishiravasantav, the different seasons. Punarayataha, all of them are coming again and again. Kalah kridadi, time is sporting. Gachatyayuhu, our lifetime is ebbing. Tadapina munjadi ashavayu. In spite of all this, the wind of desire doesn't subside at all. Is there anything sweeter than this, Elizabeth? Arey, kya hai? One day in Calcutta I was taking bath was over. Suddenly this Bhajagovindam came to me. I started reciting these words with my wet cloths. The bathroom and our room was only some 15-20 feet away. I started chanting and chanting. For 1 hour I chanted. Dinayaminyau sayam pradaha shishiravasandav punarayataha kala kridadi gachatyayuhu tadavina munjadi ashavayu. What is this? I started reading Ramakrishna Dev's biography, Vivekananda's biography, Sharada Devi's biography. I also read Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's biography. Then I read Swami Vivekananda's all the 8 volumes which were published then. All this reading. You know how I used to read standing on tram? Not all, then also. So this knowledge, this reading, it gave me so much of information and inspiration. I will narrate one instance which had impressed me very well. Swami Vivekananda was a very stout man, youngster. He was traveling as a monk. He was on the train. So there was a person sitting on the opposite seat. He looked at him. Why are you running like this? He was mockingly speaking. Vivekananda did not speak anything back. He had brought food for him. Who? The other passenger. He opened the passage and teasing Vivekananda, he started eating it. See, I earn money and I have brought my food. You are depending upon others. What kind of a fool are you? Teasingly he did it. Vivekananda got down from the railway station. And when he was walking, one man suddenly rushed, came before him and prostrated. You are the one I saw in my dream. You are the Swami I saw in my dream. I have prepared food for you. Please come to my house and take it. What more do you want? Tell me, is the world mute? Huh? Please correct your impression. How is it that we are intelligent and sentient? We are all born of the world. The effect is no other than the cause modified. What is not in the cause cannot be in the effect. This is the cause and effect theory. So if the world is not intelligent, we will also not have intelligence. So that Swami Vivekananda was traveling, he was hungry, and one man was teasingly talking to him. Vivekananda got down. Suddenly, how this fellow came? Huh? You tell me. When we went to America, year before, that is now it is COVID, before that, we had been to Ramakrishna Mission. Which Jaigar naam taking? Hollywood now. Temple, the first temple.
That California.
San Francisco.
San Francisco, we went. Swamiji invited us, so we went there. I went up story after story. You know that Swamiji narrated to me one instance which I would like all of you to know. The temple was being built. Naturally, they fell short of money. Somebody came forward and advanced the money under a certain condition. So the money was taken and the building was completed. But he had no money to repay as promised. So the day of repayment came. In case it was not repaid, there was some clauses which would even hypothecate this temple. Something similar to that. So he was becoming anxious. This Swamiji told me, one unknown person came from America with $50,000 in a bag. I have come here to give it to you. Please use it. They don't know who this person was. He gave and went away. The loan was $50,000. And this happened not very long back. How many years, Swamiji, this should have happened?
No. After Vivekananda passed, that is
After Vivekananda passed.
1902, Swami Vivekananda had Mahasamadhi. After about 5-6 years of that.
No. It should be much later. It is by another Swami who built the temple.
He went after that.
Acha.
After Swami Vivekananda.
Maybe, whatever it may be. So, I would like you to know that the world is not mute. Visibly it is mute, but it is not. Can you have this understanding or faith is the important question. After having read Vivekananda Swamiji and others, I still had a doubt. Enquiry. Vivekananda lived a few years back. How many years now?
39 years. He lived for 39 years.
No. Compared to my, maybe 50, 60 years back at least. So the world has changed. Does sannyasa remain relevant even now? What is going to happen, etc.? I used to think. I used to read our scriptures. Our scriptures are nectar. I am sorry many of you are not able to appreciate. Even writings are nectar. The scriptures are there. I am writing on the scriptures. You will find if you go through the writings, they are all, though presented in English, all of them have the same value as the scriptures have when good evaluations are made. So, I was wondering. So I was reading. So, 2 slokas I read. Would you like to hear? Huh? Once you have read and understood the nature of the soul, how unborn, how undying, how immortal, how imperishable the soul is, how blissful. Once you have learned and understood this, what should you do? It's a very important question. All of you are reading and keeping the book down, and you go away saying that, book, please don't follow me. So he says, Nistutihi, Nirnamaskaraha, Niswadhakarayevacha, Chalachala Niketascha, Yadihi Yadrichiko Bhaved. Do not go on praising anybody, including the angels. Never prostrate before anyone, like deities and others. Do not perform any pinda or udaka, ceremonies for the departed people. I sometimes in my conversation I say, we generally perform shraddha for our father and mother. They have not died. You kill them and perform shraddha. They have never died at all. They dropped the bodies. So have they died? Huh? They have left their bodies. They are not the body. Then for whom we are performing shraddha? When they had the body, the necessity for food was there, hunger. But when the body is gone, so you have to understand the shraddha you perform in a different light. niswadhakarayevacha chalachala niketascha yadihi yadrichiko bhavet. Chalachala niketascha. You only have two abodes. One is the moving body, another is the immovable soul. Nothing else. Become an ascetic and walk off depending upon chance or providence. Are you hearing me? You are afraid? Huh? So I started wondering, what is this? Is this what one is supposed to do? Nistutir nirnamaskaro niswadhakarayevacha chalachalanikedascha yatihi yadrichiko bhavet. Now, this step if you take, what is the answer? You tell me. What does it mean? When you leave everything, you have nothing to depend upon. Automatically chance takes over. Chance takes over. And in that chance life, will you have any dependence other than on God? Huh? Tell me. Tattvam adhyatmikam drishtva, tattvam drishtva tu bahyadaha, tatvi bhudaha stadarama, tatvad aprachyuto bhavet. The next sloga, they are a couple. See the spiritual truth about you. Tell me what is the spiritual truth about you. You are the body or you are the soul? Huh? Then remember it. Remember it. Realize it. And what is the truth about the external world? That everything is transitory. 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 Even a newborn child is transitory. Everything that you have, including the Pancha Bhutas, they are transitory. Tattvam adhyatmikam drishtva, tattvam drishtva adu bahyadaha, tatvi bhudasthadaramaha. Become the truth and rejoice and delight over it. Never fall from that knowledge. These are the two verses I read, before which I could never stop myself. I went to the office and wrote out my resignation, saying that at one time it becomes necessary for a person like me to leave everything and become a mendicant. The time has come for it. Please allow me to retire from your service. This is what I wrote. One elderly man said, "You have submitted the resignation." "Yes, why don't you keep it in your pocket for a few days?" Then a day was fixed. I had my shave of hair and everything. I purchased Gerua clothes, went to my Gurudev and asked him to give it to me. He had given me already a name. Then I left. When I left Calcutta, see, I was very young. If not anything else, at least I was innocent. I don't claim anything else. Even sincerity you may not allow me, but I was innocent. So I decided. It was that innocence. That is a very rare quality people have. If they have it, it's very good, very nice. I say from then on in my life, the streets of India welcomed me and Providence graced me. I never thought of doing anything. Simply I left. See, what do you think? You have no resources. You have left everything. And what kind of an expectation or plan or purpose you will have? Planlessness and purposelessness is the real purpose. So many years have passed, 67, 68 years. See, what all has happened is nothing but an outcome of this dispossessiveness which I had. What? Dispossessiveness. All this happened only because of my association with my Gurudev. After I met him, I never thought of anybody or anything else, even God. Will God come and talk to me and be by my side, be available for writing letters and receiving replies from? Seeing Him. See, we cannot see God or become God, but you can become God realized. So I wanted to see a God realized person. We are also a human. We want to realize God. So we want to have any comparison, if at all, with a God realized person. That is what I was looking for. And I found. And I had very intimate association with him. A boy, Aditya, came to our ashram from Bombay. And he was looking after me. Whenever I would slip my balance, his hand will be by my back. Yeah, sometimes he will hold me round. Young boy. So we used to have a lot of interaction. I will talk to him from the bathroom when he applies some oil on my back. I said, this is a very, very fortunate period of your life. And then so many things I spoke to him. I was not giving him any particular direction, but I was discussing the subject. His marriage is being discussed by the family people. So the last words he told me when he went was, Swamiji, when you call me, I will come. Now, why I am mentioning this? Only 15 days he was with me. In the 15 days, the intimacy, the exposure, the exchange he had with me is simply unimaginable. Because I can talk to him anytime. He was always with me to look after me. So this intimacy with Guru, association with him, that makes all the difference. You must be free to communicate to him. Whatever difficulty you have, whatever problems you have, whatever quests you have, place them at his disposal. He will find an answer. I always say, I am nothing and I want nothing. I am nothing and I want. This is my wealth. You tell me, if for anybody to say I want nothing, how resourceful and contented he should be. Jayaratnam? To say that I don't want anything, should you not be super resourceful? Huh? Yes or no? Yes. Would you not like to have such a state? Huh? Yes. Whether you are a householder or a monk, it makes no difference. Our heart should be filled with contentment. Our intelligence should be filled with knowledge. Our mind should be filled with peace and placidity. So much that we want nothing. 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 The moment you start feeling this, Sage Vasishtha says, God takes him over. God? Because who else will take over? There is nobody. I always would like to say spirituality is very simple. It's very easy. It's very nourishing. But you should understand that it is so. Understand that it is so. That understanding I find is very, very rare. It's always a plus. I always write. Nowadays I write good letters, long letters also, Ma says, that I will say, spirituality is always a plus. It makes a thief a better thief. But Ma and Nuthan Swamiji cut that portion. My first sentence is, it makes a thief a better thief. It makes a good man a better man. It makes a better man the best, and it makes the best man super best. Always it is like that. Take my words 100%, 200%. You know, I say to God or even otherwise, I don't want to remember God. I don't want to. Many people say, I want to remember you when I am dying. Why should you wait for death to remember God? Many people are saying, I must be able to die with God in my mind, in my memory. I say, I don't want to remember you, God. You know why? If I remember you, it means I have forgotten you. Only when I forget, I have to remember you. So I don't want to remember you at all. That situation should never come to me. Another point, when I forget, whom do I forget? Why are you keeping quiet? I am forgetting God, is it not? I also remember God. So is not God present in my forgetfulness and memory alike? Huh? So where is the question of remembering Him? You remember or forget? Forget or remember? See, it takes your mind to such a wonderful position. This is our great secret knowledge. You don't have to get God. You are surrounded by Him. You are penetrated by Him. Permeated by Him. You are surrounded, penetrated. Never have you become distant from God at all. God is not distant from you, and you are not distant from Him. Now this fact has to be known, has to be recognized, and it should become a living inspiration for you. Will you at least start saying from today onwards, my dear God, I don't want to remember you? Please lift your hands, who all can say. Majority have not lifted their hands. See, are you foolish? Shall I say you are fools? This is the secret of truth. When I forget God. When I remember only that God. So is not God in my forgetfulness and memory alike? Once you understand the secret, you never slip from God. That is what the shloka says. Tatvad aprachyudo bhavet. Never fall from the supreme truth or knowledge. All this I had access to only because of my loving, intimate association with my Gurudev. See, when some of us went to him, we were quite intelligent people. We had sufficient religious and spiritual background, a cultural background, and with all that, so he could not have been our Guru unless he had the might, measure and magnitude of it. How many books were there with him? All of them were in Bengali, so I have no access to it. Swamiji and Ma have seen them. Anything we ask, he will say, it is in that scripture. I have underlined it. It is on this page. Take the book and see, he would say. I have never seen him except for taking bath and for taking food, he will come. At other times he will be mostly on his head or playing harmonium or sitar. Nothing else he used to do. Absolutely sedentary. I think he had forgotten walking even. See, is it possible for any person to be like this? Something very, very amazing. He was standing on his head. The Shirshasana would take away all the activity from us because it requires a lot of attention to balance yourself on single head. We are always seated at 2 points. So what? This is all connected with your Paada Pooja. Why are you doing Paada Pooja? It is a Paada Pooja for your Guru. And what the Guru is and how should the disciples' attitude and approach to him, how should it be? In order to explain it, I am bringing this example. So what did I learn from him? To be nothing. To need nothing. I will tell you something more. Provided you are intelligent. Are you intelligent? And will you grasp? Swamiji, is it true that we are nothing and we don't want anything? Absolutely true. I will show you how it is. Every day are you not sleeping? Are you sleeping alone or with something else? You forget everything and then sleep. When you are sleeping, is there any day in sleep when the sleeper wants something? Huh? Something? And the sleeper alone is there. So it is the I that sleeps. In that state, he wants nothing. He has no need for anything and he is nothing. So what I say, is it a fact or not? Now, are you the sleeping I or the wakeful mixed up body? Vela, tell me. If you say I am I, only in sleep that I remain singular and free from everything. In that singularness, does it have any need, my dear boy? Huh? So do we need anything? Do we want anything? We don't want. We are full and complete. Full and complete. It is this completeness that you realize by Brahmavidya Diksha. It is not scantiness that we feel the fullness. It may be rare in the world, but it has been there in our country for so many years. Swamiji already said, I would like to re-emphasize, in one generation, if some guru or some disciple did not preserve this tradition, it would have been broken and gone. But it has not happened. How many invasions have taken place in India? What all cruelties and atrocities people have done. In spite of it, our culture is very strong. Very strong. So it is for every one of you to realize what a great place the Guru occupies and how you should become close to him, dear and near to him, so that the entire sadhana becomes easy, facile, with no trouble at all. Say 10 months of association with the Guru will reduce 10 years of your independent sadhana. 10 years of your independent sadhana. 10 months will be sufficient. Because that recently for the first time, a couple came from Bombay and said, we are going to stay here for 1 month. They went on staying. He said, ask me to do any work, I am prepared to do. And he was looking after the kitchen. No. Jairam?
Initially, after that, he was looking after you.
Acha, yes. So, one day I asked him, how are you? Swamiji, the whole Bombay I have forgotten. He has some marriage issue with the son. That also I have forgotten. Everything is gone. Everything is gone. Nothing is there in the mind. He stayed only for 1 month. Tell me how this happens.
They did the Paada Pooja for Guru Purnima.
He said he was excited about Paada Pooja. When he was told that you are going to do Paada Pooja, that excitement I had. I started laughing. I have forgotten. my family, everything has gone from my mind. So every one of you should realize this. I have some thoughts about this center and all of you. I will speak about it on the inaugural day, if at all. Okay. I want every one of you to be joyous, smiling. Take this as your sadhana. I will do everything with delight and with a smile. Everything with delight and with a smile. Make it your sadhana. Forget about other matters. Let us decide to be cheerful. cheerful and joyous. And joyously do everything. So if somebody scolds you, smilingly hear. He is scolding. In what way are you affected? If he scolds you for something right, then you should be grateful to him. If he is doing wrong, smile over it. What is the problem? Okay. Samvedya varjitamanuttamamekamadyam samvidpadam vikalanam kalayan mahatman hridyeva tishtha kalanarahita kriyam tu kurvan agartrapadametya samodidashri kurvan agartrapadametya samodidashri. Hari, 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 Hari Om Das. We shall have a conclusional Omkara. Be ready for it. Hari Om. I mentally embrace all of you and bless you. Spirituality is very light and easy. It requires innocence beyond every other quality, and sharpness in understanding what the truths are. Be blessed. Hari Om Das. Jai Guru. Jai Guru.
Actually, after this, all will get an opportunity to do pranam to Swamiji and receive prasad from him. And after that, there is Bhakti Bhoj. So, I will explain to you one small ceremony that we do regarding food in the ashram as well as wherever Swamiji goes and when we are there. This is called Bhojana Pavitrikaranam. It is purifying the food. Food, when we prepare and we eat, we have direct connection with the food. If we eat pure food, sattvic food, then our growth will be pure and sattvic. Similarly, if the food is not so pure, it is rajasic or tamasic, then the body and mind, everything will be, dull and lethargic. So it is very essential that we take food which will be good for the body, mind, intelligence, everything. It should actually make us feel elevated, make us feel quite enthusiastic, make us feel quite fearless and everything. So we bring the food to Swamiji to bless it and purify the food. Why it is necessary? whenever we cook, then there are many kinds of impurities. The place where we cook sometimes is not clean. It might have escaped our attention. The materials with which we cook, the vegetables and other things, and the vessels even, so those also sometimes may not be clean. It may escape our attention if we are not careful. And most importantly is the cook's mind. Cook's mind is always not very pure. It is not peaceful. It is restless. Or we are cooking with some kind of grumbling, brooding, etc., etc. So the mind is not peaceful always. So all this creep into the food when we cook food. So when we bring the food to Swamiji, Swamiji looks at the food and with his glance, he blesses the food and purifies it. And he also has a sankalpa that whoever takes this purified food will grow bodily, mentally, intelligentially, as well as spiritually. So after the food is purified by Swamiji's glances and he blesses it, it is taken back to the kitchen, and each item is mixed into the main containers, stirred very well, and then only it is served to people as prasada. So we'll have today, we must be having some food items which were not cooked here. It has come from outside, from the caterers. But whenever we cook, something or other may creep in. So we'll have this as usual. So today it will be offered by Velayudan and Dev. Come, we'll tell you what to do. Don't get nervous. His hand was shaking like this while doing Paada Pooja.
One thought comes to my mind. Our Dr. Aravindan has come along with us. I would like a kind of a 1 hour bhajan session every day. All of you should come. You can learn also in the whole process, and we can follow these books which are published. All these shlokas can be sung by him. It will be something good. It will spiritualize the whole thing. What do you say? You can arrange? Time and other things they have to fix.
Wait. No, they will be first. Aravindan not there. Come, get up. Take that. See, you have to take out the cover. You have to give it to Swamiji's hand. When Swamiji takes it, then open the lid and show him. Give it. Open the lid.
Yasya pada prabhadhyastah prapancho bhati bhasuraha tamaham sadgurum vande bhumanandam chidatmakam nanditani digantani Yasyanandashrubinduna tamaham sadgurum vande bhumanandam chidatmakam.
Jai Guru. Jai Guru. I think the message that we heard from Puja Swamiji is very, very sublime. But listening to it once is not adequate. And for information, the whole thing has been streamlined, will be available on YouTube. So not only should we revisit that talk that Puja Swamiji gave, it's actually in a nutshell how to be spiritual in a very simple way. We should also tell our friends and relatives to listen to it. I just want to, it was so touching the way Puja Swamiji and so beautifully, very, very lofty truths were expressed in such a simple way. Number two, as you all know, Wednesday is our inauguration day. We have been working on it for a long time. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow is completely set aside for the volunteers to work and to see that every aspect of the work to be done is cleared. That's tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Wednesday, the program starts at 10. All of you who have registered are kindly requested to be here. Come early, 9:30. Be here. No more registrations have closed, because we have already got 130 people, 135 registered. Registrations have closed. But the good news is that it's live stream. So your friends, relatives and so on can all be invited to follow it on the internet. Kindly do so. These are the main things that we want to say. After the inauguration is over, there's a series of satsang sessions with Puja Swamiji, Nutan Swamiji and Ma. Kindly follow that. I think we have already sent it out on the SID Malaysia announcements. Visit our website, all the details are there. So with that, as usual, let's form two rows. Yeah, we will, Puja Swamiji will come to the front and and form two rows. Our volunteers will guide you. That's the best. Thank you.